In our last lesson, we started to talk about extinct animals. I asked you to consider doing some research. Did you do it? I hope you did. Anyway, let's get into today's lesson. The first thing we're going to talk about is extinct animals. And the first one is this one. It is a dodo. This is the animal behind the phrase as dead as a dodo. What does that mean? It means that something is gone, just like the dodo. Here is some information about dodos. How tall were they? They grew up to 1 meter tall. They weighed 10 to 18 kilograms. Where did they live? Where was their habitat? Their habitat was Mauritius. Perhaps some of you are wondering, where in the world is Mauritius? Well, Mauritius is an island nation in the Indian Ocean, about 2,000 kilometers off the southeast coast of Africa. Dodos, like many other birds, ate a diet of seeds, roots, and fallen fruits. Why did they become extinct? The reason for their extinction was that they were hunted by sailors for their meat and preyed upon by animals. The last dodo was seen in 1662. Oh, by the way, dodos cannot fly. Ha! Did you catch that mistake? I should have said dodos could not fly. There is a running joke that dodos are very silly. If someone calls you a dodo, it's not a good thing. Here is a short clip from the movie Ice Age. If you'd like to see the entire clip, you can find a link in the description of this video. What animal is this? It looks a little like an elephant, doesn't it? However, if we look closely, maybe we would call this a hairy elephant. This is a woolly mammoth. Let's see what information we can learn about woolly mammoths. They could grow to be 4 meters tall, or even more. They weighed 6 tons. Where did they live? What was their habitat? Woolly mammoths came from Africa to North America and Eurasia. What about their diet? What did they eat? They ate leaves, plants, and they grazed on grass. I think the most important question for each of the extinct animals that we will talk about is why? What was the reason for their extinction? Well, the woolly mammoth was hunted by humans. Humans ate their meat and used their fur to keep warm. However, a bigger contributing factor to the demise of woolly mammoths was climate change. They lost their habitat due to climate change, and this was the main reason for their extinction. The last woolly mammoth was seen on Wrangel Island in the Arctic Ocean around 1700 BC. Do you see those white teeth? What are they called? They are called tusks, and a woolly mammoth could grow tusks that were up to 5 meters long. That's impressive. West African black rhino. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, there are still rhinos on Earth. Yes, that is true. However, this particular species of rhino is extinct. The West African black rhino was usually between 3 to 3.8 meters long. They weighed 800 to 1,400 kilograms. Where did they live? Where was their habitat? Well, they lived in Southeast Africa in semi-desert savanna, wetlands, forests, and woodlands. What about their diet? What did they eat? West African black rhinos were herbivores. That means that they only ate plants. Why did they become extinct? Well, they were hunted by humans for their horns. Some people believed it would make people better if the horn was made into powder and put in medicines. In 1930, the species became protected, but was last seen in 2006 in Cameroon and pronounced officially extinct in 2011. Two interesting facts about the West African black rhino. Its two horns were 55 to 130 centimeters and 2 to 55 centimeters long. Also, the West African black rhino couldn't see very well. Even though it couldn't see well, perhaps it was a little clever, because it knew there was danger if the birds nearby flew away. Wow, this animal has a really long neck. What is it called? This is a Diplodocus. They could grow up to 27 meters long. They weighed 12 tons or more. Where did they live? What was their habitat? They lived on the plains and in the sparse woodland on the edge of forests in North America. The climate was semi-arid, which means dry, with a wet season. What did they eat? What was their diet? Just like the West African black rhino, Diplodocuses were herbivores, meaning that they only ate plants. Why did they go extinct? Well, I wish I could tell you, but scientists still haven't discovered exactly why they went extinct. Maybe you can think of some reasons. Who knows? The last Diplodocus lived 152 million years ago, which was before the last mass extinction of 66 million years ago. A fun fact about these animals is that they had 2 rows of teeth at the front of their mouths. Great auk. These birds can grow to be 75 to 85 centimeters tall. They weighed around 5 kilograms. Where did they live? What was their habitat? They lived in the North Atlantic islands. What was their diet? They ate fish and crustaceans. Crustaceans are things like crabs, shrimp, lobsters, and so on. Why did they become extinct? Well, they were hunted for their food and feathers. The last one was hunted in Iceland 175 years ago in 1844. Many of their eggs are on display in museums. Just like a penguin, this bird could not fly. Sabretooth cat. These animals could grow to be around 1.5 meters long. They weighed about 200 kilograms. Where did they live? What was their habitat? They lived in grasslands and pine forests of North and South America. What was their diet? Just look at those long teeth. What do you think that's good for? Being a herbivore, eating plants, or maybe hunting other animals? Saber-toothed cats were not herbivores. They ate other animals. For example, they could even hunt large woolly mammoths. What was the reason for their extinction? Scientists believe it is a mix of climate change and human colonization. That means that saber-toothed tigers lost their habitat and the climate also changed. Both of these things led to their demise. The last saber-toothed cat was seen 10,000 years ago. Its huge front teeth were up to 20 centimeters long. Today, we talked about 6 extinct animals. However, there are many, many, many more animals that have gone extinct. As I said before, I believe you can do some research and find out some more information about these extinct animals or other animals that went extinct. For example, when I was younger, well, actually now, I am still interested in dinosaurs. So let me share a fun fact about dinosaurs with you. While many people think dinosaurs were massive, dinosaurs were usually human-sized or smaller. Scientists believe that the larger bones were just easier to be fossilized. Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something. Goodbye.